Coming up on DC News Now, get ready. Today will be the hottest day of the week. We're tracking the heat and possible storms.
A newly introduced bill to tackle juvenile recidivism. I'll tell you how residents feel about it.
A safety watchdog is calling out Metro for outdated safety procedures. How a new audit says Metro is not performing up to standard.
Also, a Virginia father is celebrating life thanks to his son's quick thinking.
My dad is the most important person in my life.
How this young hero saved his father. And we're stretching your dollar ahead of Memorial Day, detailing savings you don't want to miss out on.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Meteorologist Damon Matson joined us with the latest check on the forecast. And Damon, you can kind of just feel the warm up.
It certainly is warming up quickly out there, Mark, and it's noticeable. We've had plenty of sunshine throughout the morning, only a few clouds, and that is really bumping up those temperatures. Check it out. We are just now entering the early afternoon, and we have 80s across the board with just a couple of exceptions here and there. Annapolis, one of those. Still a little bit cooler at 74 degrees, but all across the rest of the DMV, my goodness, we are well into those lower 80s, and we are not done warming up yet. We still have a ways to go as we push 90 later this afternoon. Now, not only are the temperatures all the way up there, but we are feeling muggy, folks. Look at all the green on the map. Plenty of dew points there in the 60s, so it is muggy no matter where you are located today. So a classic summertime feel has set up in advance of an approaching cold front that is right now back across the Midwest, parts of the Great Lakes, and it's going to start to get closer to us as we head late this afternoon going into the evening, and that will spark up some isolated showers and storms. Now, these will primarily be back to the west toward the Shenandoah Valley, the Allegheny front through the middle and later afternoon hours, but then some of that will drift east as we head into the night tonight. So, could we see a few storms make it all the way to D.C.? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
Damon, thank you. More accountability and transparency. That's what the District Attorney General is calling for when it comes to the Department of Youth Rehabilitative Services. He introduced a bill to council yesterday in order to tackle that. DC News Now's Jean-Marie Sisse takes a closer look.
Yeah, the Attorney General for the District of Columbia says too many youth are committing even more crimes after leaving the youth detention center, and intervention plans are needed. Now, with this bill, it aims to hold the Department of Youth Rehabilitative Services accountable. A newly introduced legislation aims to reduce recidivism and also improve public safety outcomes in the district's juvenile system. Attorney General Brian Schwab introduced the Recidivism Reduction Oversight and Accountability for the Department of Youth Rehabilitative Services Act, also known as the ROAD Act. Now, if passed, the bill would require the agency to reform its supervision and intervention practices, mandate independent oversight to increase transparency, and allow the D.C. Supreme Court to have the authority to intervene if the Department of Youth Rehabilitative Services fails its duties. Now, this all comes after data from the Juvenile Justice Facilities Oversight shows that there were 38 critical incidents as of April. And there were also 34 youth-on-youth assaults. And that's the highest it's been since the end of last year.
DYRS undertakes that critical responsibility without enough transparency and accountability. The data and outcomes that we do have, however, demonstrate that DYRS is not delivering the results that district residents deserve.
Some D.C. residents say intervention plans need to include teaching juveniles skills to get good-paying jobs to help keep them off the streets.
They got to go out here and get it. This is what they're going to do. Them programs not going to help nobody. Because at the end of the day, when they stop going to them, y'all going to threaten their family, threaten their parents, and lock their parents up. They still going to be on the streets. Show them how to get some money legally instead of illegally.
Now, this bill will be brought in front of a committee before a final vote by the entire city council. Reporting in Northeast D.C., I'm Jean-Marie Sisse, DC News Now.
Jean-Marie, thank you. Meantime, two D.C. groups are calling on leaders to stop gun violence, and the group on Call for Kids is pushing for new laws to strengthen background and checks and require safe storage of guns. The other group, the D.C. chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics, unveiling a new initiative to address gun violence. The initiative urges local leaders to lend more support for school attendance and improve mental health access.
Sort of like taking your fruits and vegetables to live a healthier life. So prevention is key. What are all the things, all the assets in our communities that we can build upon to prevent, some of these dangerous outcomes like violence in communities?
DC police data shows that 7 kids have been killed by gun violence so far this year. Well, earlier today, the Montgomery County Assistant Police Chief was nominated to lead the department. Mark Yamada has been with the department for 35 years, and officials say that if confirmed by County Council, Yamada will become the first Japanese American to serve in this role. He would replace current Chief Marcus Jones. He's retiring this summer. And in Northeast D.C., firefighters now know the cause of an apartment fire that happened near Florida and New York Avenues yesterday. Investigators say that a vacuum cleaner powered by a lithium-ion battery caught fire while it was charging. D.C. Fire and EMS says that sprinkler systems inside the apartment contained the fire. Officials say that you should only use a charger that comes with your device. They also say never overcharge them. Now, a safety watchdog group overseeing Metro calling out Metro Rail for outdated and inaccurate safety procedures. The Washington Metro Rail Safety Commission just released its report stating Metro is not carrying out proper maintenance and inspection tasks. DC News Now's Liberty Zabala is in Northwest with more.
Well, the safety audit is more than 50 pages long, and it details how Metro is not performing up to standard. The Washington Metro Rail Safety Commission performed the audit through interviews, site visits, and data reviews conducted through December of last year. It found Metro Rail is not carrying out rail car maintenance and inspection tasks as specified by its procedures. The audit found Metro is training personnel on outdated procedures and is not identifying and mitigating hazards related to rail cars and rail car personnel. The audit found it is also not meeting life safety and occupational safety and health requirements at maintenance facilities in areas such as the Hot Works program, fall protection requirements, and safe crane lifting practices. It states Metro Rail is not following some requirements for car maintenance road mechanics and is not following certain industry standard protection practices for rail car components. It found Metro Rail is also not using properly calibrated equipment. Some positive aspects of the report found Metro is making upgrades to its troubled 7000 series rail cars, which were involved in a derailment back in 2021. It made 3 recommendations related to tracking shelf life of decaying railcar parts, sharing training records with supervisors, and conducting a railcar maintenance staffing assessment to account for current facilities, railcars, maintenance requirements, and operational changes.
So maybe they should take better precaution, I guess. Maybe are they doing extra checkups? Are they walking through to see what's going on? Maybe that would help. It is not performing up to safety standards from what I've heard from outside of people, but I've only been riding it a couple times lately, so it feels safe right now. So I guess they're doing their job.
Now, WMATA says that it is reviewing this audit and will take appropriate action upon completion of its review. It is also now required to submit corrective action plans within 30 days of the release of this audit. For now, in Northwest D.C., Liberty Zabala, D.C. News Now.
Liberty, thank you. Coming up this Memorial Day, Metro announcing bus service will run on a Sunday schedule, and train service will run from 7 a.m. to midnight. They say that there will be closures this weekend for track work. Metro is closing Morgan Boulevard and downtown Largo on the Blue and Silver Line. Metro is providing free shuttle buses between Addison Road and downtown Largo. Meantime, trains will be single tracking between Naylor Road and Branch Avenue on the Green Line. Well, as far as gas costs, Gas Buddy is showing Virginia's average for a gallon regular sits at $3.45. Maryland's average at $3.59 and the district averaging $3.67. President Biden is now trying to lower gas prices by releasing 1 million barrels of gasoline from the Northeast Reserve in an effort to lower prices by June 30th. And thousands of families are getting ready to celebrate a high school graduation in the coming days and weeks. But for one Virginia father and son, it's a celebration they were so close to never sharing after a very scary situation.
Then the operator instructed me to begin CPR, or asked me first if I knew CPR. I said, no, I don't know CPR. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Northern Virginia reporter Max Marcella is in Warrenton with this amazing story of this teenager saving his father.
Okay, I'm just going to do that in the glass station.
For Rhett Hepler and his father, Joe, this is any ordinary day. It's dinner time after school, a moment between a father and a son.
He's a lot more responsible than an average teenager.
And that is quite the understatement. What Rhett is capable of, that's something he didn't even know. This was Thanksgiving in the very same kitchen, hours before his dad had a heart attack. Rhett says it all happened so fast. His dad came downstairs, said he wasn't feeling well, told his son to call 911, and then he collapsed, falling face first in the kitchen, eventually lying in a pool of his own blood. And that's when Rhett jumped into action.
I wasn't panicking, I wasn't freaking out. It was just all the adrenaline was like, do what you got to do.
With the guidance of the 911 operator, Rhett started CPR. Doctors told him he helped save the life of the man who has guided his.
Because every second that you don't have oxygen flowing to your brain is, another second that it's going to be a much harder recovery, or you may not properly recover.
Being an ex-law enforcement officer who's given CPR to someone before, I can understand how difficult that was to do with a stranger. I can't imagine what he was going through having to do it with me.
Police came first, then an ambulance, and then the toughest part. Joe was on life support for 2 weeks. His son, a visitor, any chance he could get. Rhett graduates from Kettle Run High School this week, and his dad will be there to celebrate with him because of him.
It is a very special moment, and I'm very, very happy that I'm here to see it.
My dad is the most important person in my life. I'm just honored that I could do something for him, and it doesn't feel like it's nearly as much as what he's done for me, but I was just doing something for a moment.
A moment that allowed for more moments this father and son nearly never got to share. In Warrenton,
I love him very much.
Max Marcella, DC News Now.
All right, to Max, and Rhett told us that he's using his platform to encourage everyone to learn CPR.